you should use your middle initial in it somewhere, he said as he watched the rock slide to a stop. I like the name Alex for a girl, I said. I've been thinking of names all day and scribbling them in my notebook like some sort of crushed out high school girl adding a boy's last name to hers. What about Wrekk for a last name, Paul asked. Alex Wrekk. I like that, but it reminds me too much of Fat Wreckers. Maybe I should spell it with 2 Ks. It was autumn. The leaves all over campus were dutifully changing colors, and we were learning to bundle ourselves up again as we drifted into winter. The sun's slant cast long shadows as across the parking lot to disappear behind the Ochre Mountains on the other side of the valley. Paul attended a different college across town. I had received an email from him before my critical thinking class that made me laugh out loud. It was a reference to the dream he had the other night. Paul dreamt that he and I, as well as Scully from the X-Files, had applied to be starfighter pilots for the LAPD Starfighter Squadron. To make the team, he had to navigate this elaborate obstacle course. And if he didn't crash, he made the team. But Paul and I made it, and Scully didn't. In the dream, Paul showed up to the first day of work. Just as he sat down with a cup of coffee, he looked out the window to see a giant mothership hovering over the city, just like an Independence Day, although we hadn't seen Independence Day yet, so we had to watch it later. Somehow, he and I escaped to a secret underground lair of Ben, who in the dream was Ben Geek Metal because of his geeky computer skills and love for metal music. So we were holed up in the geek lair, and Paul was searching all over the place for his black high-top Converse All-Stars, but he couldn't find them. So we were ready to run for our ships, and he found a red pair of high-top Converse All-Stars. And he explained it to me like a comic book where he held them up and rays of light shot out of them. So there we were, standing side by side at the cargo bays of the geek lair, ready to open our door and make a run for our LAPD starfighter ships that looked a lot like the Vipers from Battlestar Galactica, the old ones. And also a little bit like, oh yeah, they also look a little bit like Tidarian shuttles from Star Wars. When the cargo bay door was open, it revealed a host of aliens ready to annihilate us. I looked at Paul, and Paul looked at me, and I said, after you. And then he woke up. It's one of those dreams where you don't want to wake up, you want to just let the dream fall in your conscious mind. So he let the dream flow go, and apparently we escaped the aliens, made it to our ships, and rendezvoused in the Utah desert with our other Salt Lake Point kids, with cool fighter pilot names like Luke Ludacris, Steve Fox, and Paul was Max Stick Slacky. I guess we eventually saved the world and stuff, but it left me needing a cool fighter pilot name.